Dragon Age. We got to talk about this. I'm flabbergasted. If you haven't heard, if you're anywhere in the gaming sphere, you probably have heard, because it's the next AAA flop. Dragon Age.
It wasn't as bad as the other ones, though.
It's not. Yeah. It's not as bad yet, because they spent a lot of money on advertising. Compared to some of the other flops where they were like out of money by the time the game released.
Yeah.
Dragon Age: The Veilguard is the next game in the Dragon Age, so it's like Dragon Age 4 technically. It released, so it's in the hands of the public now. And the past couple of weeks, there were like all the critic stuff, and they're like, "I'll wait till it's actually in the hands of people." Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. It's been kind of fun, like, I don't know, farming all the content, just enjoying everything that came out this week, because it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. For someone who is a Dragon Age fan and remembers playing Dragon Age Origins, the first one, when I was probably 10, I think 12 maybe when that game came out, it's like, that was a cool game. That was my first glimpse into like a dark fantasy world. Sure. And it is kind of like Witcher. It is very dark fantasy. Really not designed for 12-year-olds. They even had some clothes-on sex scenes, and I was like, all right, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Almost a movie.
Which was funny, because back then that was like rated M, and now you have like Baldur's Gate with like full nudity. But
yeah.
Anyway, side point that might be semi-relevant later, because they kind of bastardize one of the characters from Dragon Age Origins. But anyway, cool game, dark fantasy, and it like, I don't know, the combat was cool. It was semi-turn based, semi like live. All the customization, everything was fun. It was a good RPG. Kind of had not a cult following. Like, it was BioWare. BioWare was big, and that was like peak BioWare. They were doing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. They were doing Mass Effect for their like original space story, their original sci-fi story, and then Dragon Age was their original like fantasy story, and so they started both of those series. Dragon Age 2 was also good. Inquisition was like, it was okay. I don't even know if I beat Inquisition, but it's been 10 years since that one. They've been working on this game, The Veilguard, for 10 years. And then we mentioned this before, it's not Dragon Age, it's not BioWare, it's not the game you remembered. And in fact, the biggest out of everything, maybe I'll dive into some of the woke stuff or whatever. My biggest thing is that it's not for the fans of the original games. At this point, it's for Fortnite. Because everything I've seen, it just looks bright and vibrant. It's not dark fantasy anymore. It's all happy. It's for 12-year-olds, actually. Now, not 12-year-olds who played the first game and loved the game series and want to see more of that world. It's a different game. It's a different audience entirely. So,
yeah, I watched a couple videos of it, and everyone has been saying that it's not the worst game to come out recently.
Right, yeah. Like,
the combat's decent still. The game launched and it's mostly functional.
Yeah, that's true. Right? Yeah.
Like,
you can definitely praise a game when it like releases in a playable state.
Which is ridiculous that you can even do that.
Yeah, well, for AAA games.
Well, that should just be the standard, is like, yes, the game releases playable.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, the thing that I heard really sucked was the dialogue of the characters.
It seems like AI wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a clip of one of the dialogue scenes when they're in a tavern or some bullcrap, and they're talking about it, and one of them is the misgendering.
I saw that one. My brother actually shared that one to me first. Yeah. It's what did he say? He said he showed it to his wife, and his wife said it looked like an HR training video, but with worse acting, like worse
than an HR training video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I was like, that is actually very accurate. So then I said,
yeah, it's like your oldest brother.
Yeah, my oldest brother. Yeah.
Really? That's surprising me.
So then I wrote back of like with the skull emoji. It was like AI told HR used AI to make a training video. Like, ooh, cringe. That's just not how real people talk. No. That's not. I heard adjacent to that, right? Like if they're really all friends, especially like male friends, you make fun of each other. That's how you bond.
Yeah, for sure.
And when, especially guys, but like when you're making fun, when you're having fun with your friends, that means that you trust them. That means that you're open. Not like, oh, I'm so sorry, I misgendered you. And the whole scene was 2 minutes of cringe. It was ridiculous. But like, that's like, they all have their guards up. Like they're not actually friends.
No.
Like they're all wary.
This is going to put Steven on the, you're a sexist list, if I'm not already there.
Yeah.
But that's because the whole story was written by women.
Yeah, probably.
Who don't understand how guys work.
Yeah. And who have never done push-ups. I don't know if you see in that same clip, she does push-ups.
I didn't see that, no.
That was my brother's biggest complaint. He's like, there's clearly the motion capture or the animators have never done a push-up before because she's doing like tricep ups. Oh. Her hands are like here and her butt is way up in the air. She's not even doing real push-ups.
Interesting.
Yeah. That character they bastardized. From the first game, she's this badass pirate like captain.
Yeah. Sexy
femme fatale. Really cool. 12-year-old self really liked her, obviously. Just 12-year-old Trevor had good taste.
She was helping raise your sails. Is that what
that's right. I'm like, you can captain my ship anytime.
So you had to steer a rudder.
Honestly, as a 12-year-old, I think she just had like cleavage, and I was like, nice.
Every 12-year-old,
right, duh. But no, she was a cool character. Like even she was in number 2 as well. So I was a little bit more mature then, and I could understand and appreciate well-written characters. And
sorry, I'm making myself laugh.
No, that's fair. It is funny. But that's the same character in that scene who like misgenders somebody and goes on this whole HR tirade, and like that is not the badass pirate captain that I remember from the first games at all. So I texted that. It was a group chat with my brothers. I texted them like, that is not Isabella is the name. I'm like, and then like my other brother chimes in. He's like, wait, that's supposed to be Isabella? Like he had no idea that was that character from the first games either. I'm like, yeah.
Are your brothers playing the game or are they just looking at the...
No, so my oldest brother, I think he was mad because he was probably the biggest Dragon Age fan. He would have been 19 when Dragon Age Origins came out. Like that was peak fantasy RPG for him. And so I don't think he's getting it. Like again, it's not for the target audience of the people who played the first games. Like he might have been excited at one point. I think I'll have to talk to him about it. Like because he liked Dragon Age even more than me. But it's not
interesting.
Not for them, not for us.
I'm not that type of gamer anyway, so like I wasn't gonna ever get it.
Right.
I did hear that financially it's not going to be successful only because they sold
10 years of development.
10 years of development, and they've put like $200-something million into it.
Jeez, yeah. With the advertisement as well, I would believe.
Yeah, that's the estimate that I heard was $200 million, and they have not sold enough copies to.
No,
I think they got to like $66 million in sales.
Woo. Oh. That's not enough. Yeah, maybe maybe there's more in console
I think
sales.
On release, it only had like 25,000 people or 29,000 people playing it.
Yeah, I saw Steam at peak got to like 40 or 50, which like is.
Oh, was it that high?
I think so. Yeah.
When I saw it, it was.
Which is good, but for a AAA game studio that's
on release,
200 million. You have a long extended weekend. That's not great.